Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Everspace 2, where I have spent a little time going through our inventory here. I broke down all of the pieces of equipment that we got that I'm pretty sure we weren't going to use, and while I was doing that I noticed we are using some pretty low level stuff in a couple of slots here. So we just unlocked the recipe for the blue railgun in this very area, and I'm sure we can upgrade these. Let's jump over to the crafting menu and see what we might do about that. I do think we probably just go with the blue railgun because I really like having a railgun for our sort of like our in and out strategy. So let's see if we get a cool one. I mean, the numbers are certainly higher. 10% chance to regenerate hull with each kill. You know, I think that's a little bit more... this is a fine trait on any gun, I guess. I like it a little bit better on this than I do on a close combat weapon, where I think I would prefer the one that gives you a more constant amount of HP. And then 20% chance to jam the target's weapon system. This is somewhat unlikely to be useful. But in any case, much higher energy capacity, so more shots before we burn out, and yeah, lots more damage. Pretty happy about that. And then replacement missiles. So this is a long distance missile. Is that a type? No, that is not a type that exists below blue quality. And in fact, there are a couple that must not exist below blue quality. This is the other kind of mine. So... this is marksman? Oh no, sorry, it's only gaining one slot. What am I talking about? Okay, and there are no more gains in superior. Well, actually, I'm very curious about these. Again, I wish we had like a sort of a base stats weapon card. Okay, 4,000 range. Very large amount of damage. Cannot be intercepted. Lock duration is decreased by 80%, plus 30% damage against units higher than your own. Lock duration is decreased by 80%. Seems bad, right? Don't we want it to stay locked on people for a long time? I think so. Okay, I don't know. We'll experiment with it. We'll see how it works. So let's just go ahead, and I think it's safe to scrap these. So 5 of 5. It does make me wonder what the energy cost of that thing is going to be. And then do we want to, while we're here, throw any quick modifications on these? Because I do love a marksman catalyst. And those are relatively cheap to make. Yeah, let's throw that on there because I'm used to being able to fire this thing at that range. And then we don't have as many options for modifying these, right? I could make this thing even longer range. It's probably not quite as necessary. Increase some of the damage. It does feel like just a 20% increase to its already insanely high damage value would be fun, but I don't know if it's necessary. Like, I don't really have a good sense of what this means. Will this kill most things that it hits in a single shot already? It might. Okay, the cost to re-roll the bonus attributes is pretty low, so if it turns out that this is what it looks to me like it is, if it turns out that that works the way it intuitively seems to me, then we can swap it out. All right. I would really like to, before we leave this area that I do think we are done with, I'd really like to fire this at least once just to get a sense of the energy cost. So let's hang out for a second and just enjoy the view. There are some enemies. They're really far away though. Also, I mean, like, enjoy the view here as well. These spaces are huge and detailed and wild. Alright, so when I fire this thing... Okay. We can launch quite a few of those before running out of energy. There is a 5-second refire delay, though. Alright, interesting. Let's go find something to live fire practice them on, shall we? I think that the over level thing is still pretty scary. Let's just do some more sights. Alright, we'll just jump to super light in the general direction of all these asteroids. Can't see anything going wrong with that. And we still need like one more distress signal as well. We'll just have to hope that it reveals itself to us as we're flying around. Okay, it's an unknown signal. Those we care less about. Considerably less. Ancient depot. Okay, that's interesting. So we haven't really interacted with the ancient stuff too much here. I remember the ancient... Oh, I think it's just a light. Okay. I remember the ancient structures and the fights with the ancient, you know, guardians or whatever they were, being some of my favorite stuff from the first game. I'm glad to see it isn't totally gone. I do think that like they're having a little bit of a. I think it's weird to bring them in so late. And I don't know how far into the game we are, like percentage-wise. Are these things like eating? Are they like basically? Are they lightning rods? They are not. They are definitely. I am definitely still getting EMP'd. Okay. Well. We have a sealed ancient structure. Let's go check that out. Never mind. I am not allowed to cruise mode here. I guess that's fair. Okay, so we got a thing. It does have like a mark on it. It's like a claw reaching up. Okay, and one of these again, with the ability to rotate it. Although I do not know what we want to rotate it to be. Do we see like a metal sheet on here anywhere that gives us any instructions? No, that's not. That is not, in fact, a pattern, I don't think. Okay, there's more stuff over there. We'll look at it in a second. And no dice. Alright, a couple more of these things. Not exactly. But like this is a magnetic field, right? This is like a stock science diagram of a magnetic field. Does it do anything cool when I fly through it? It does not. Well, there's resources laying around, although they're not resources that I'm super excited by. Let's look around a little bit more before we go trying to make any decisions here. So there's a lot of these little lightning crystals. More Insidium. Oh, interesting. Hold on, let me grab this, then we'll I guess we should hit this one too. Okay. So we have an ancient rune just kind of floating here in a grabbable state. I mean, listen, I'm no ancientologist or anything, but this does not exactly seem like rocket surgery to me. Yeah, easy. Except now we have to figure out what to rotate it to. And then we have another gap over here. We finish grabbing these resources before we get too into anything. Again, I have no idea what Insidium is for. I don't think we've ever had to spend it, but I bet the moment we start needing it, we're going to need like a ridiculously huge amount of it. Just feels like one of those things, you know? There's a bunch of Culver crystals over there. We should probably go get those. Oh! Okay. The panels near the lightning. I see. Okay. So that one's... That one's the Z. What is this one? This is the one that kind of looks like an hourglass. Okay, well. Good work, me. Double good work, me. Apparently I am extremely in tune with the ancients or whatever. Now let us finish stealing all of their crystals. So I'm going to assume that the other crystal, the other rune probably won't be like right down here because... I don't know, you would want to scatter them over the area, right? You'd want the player to have to go find each of them. And we'll take a more comprehensive look around once we have looted all this stuff. So, okay, damn it, that's the wrong roll. Okay, we have no idea. That's the rune that we just put in. Bunch of big rocks over here. I guess not as big as I thought. I kind of thought they were further away. Aha! Well, now that is mighty conspicuous. Also, more crystal deposits over here. Anything mineable? Indeed. I don't know how I feel about this crafting stuff. Like, so the deal is, if you think about in terms of the perks, right? The existence of the crafting system sort of suggests that you get to choose how much emphasis you want to put on making sure... Ah, damn it. Get to choose how much emphasis you want to put on getting that stuff done. Is it worth going and hunting for resources right away or whatever? But in practice, it doesn't really work out that way because you almost always easily have... Well, I guess this is less true than I'm making it sound, but hold on. Listen for the rest of the point here. At least sometimes you easily have all the resources you need. It's not a matter of quantity so much as it is like being locked to certain points in the story. Like, we can't get the next level of some of our perks because we haven't progressed far enough in the plot to be... Damn it. To be in a place where the kinds of minerals that you need for them appear. And if that's how it's going to work, then wouldn't it be better just to, like, I don't know if I think it would be, what in the world? Am I getting EMP'd again within seconds? We got to get out of these clouds, maybe? I might be too high up. Yeah, the lightning's pretty serious up here. So this is like a whole structure. All right, well, hold on. We'll check that out in a second. What's up there? Oh, that's the furthest. That's the tall rune. It's just we had not. We're so far away because the clouds. We didn't have clear vision of it anymore. I have already forgotten which symbol it is, but I guess it'll probably lock in when we get it right. Yep, because we have the other two correct. Okay. An ancient jar. Just what I always wanted. Oh, a new kind of support device. That's cool. That's an interesting reward for solving an ancient puzzle. Attaches to surfaces within 2,000 meters and pulls the user toward the location at high speed. Functionally, how different is this from like the thing that we have right now, our current escape device? Like it would seem that the number one oh, we completed the location. I guess this structure isn't anything? It would seem that the main difference between these two things is that one of them flings you toward an object, toward like a surface at a very high speed, which seems bad, right? Am I... Okay, so there are alien runes on it. Are they on every side? No. Hmm. It's got the Z thing at the top. It's funny how few glyphs there are and how recurrent they are. I guess I was down in here already. Oh yeah, this is where that one rune was tucked underneath. Okay, so there's probably not going to be anything else to find under here. Nope, I guess we're done with the area. Well, in any case, that was cool. But yeah, like, I don't know how I feel about, to go back to the thing I was saying like 3 subjects ago, how I feel about using the crafting system to suggest that you have agency over your unlocks when in fact they are just unlocked by story progress anyway, effectively. Because you have to progress the story to the place where those minerals are, rather than just unlocking them for you at certain points in the story, which is like a more, I guess it's a more old school kind of approach. But it does also reduce the busy work. And you know, honestly, like, it being old school is not inherently itself a negative. I don't know. It's just something I was thinking about. In the long run, it probably simply does not matter very much at all. Alright, come on, distress calls. We got a nice long flight here. We might actually get one. Or not. I think part of it... Okay, unknown signal. We'll ignore that. A part of it is that there just aren't that many people in this sector, so there's not that many opportunities to be in distress. Oh, don't fly directly into the rock. Ooh. Perhaps an opportunity to play with our new toy. Get him. Okay, decent. Not enough to destroy it by itself, but
Boy.
I'm just gonna bail and let that go off. It sure did. That's fun. Ah. Okay, maybe I should be... Oh, right, there's like a base here and stuff. Ooh, wrong missile, wrong missile. Okay, yeah, I don't know. We have taken damage from our own missiles before, right? In circumstances where... Okay, there's a rigged asteroid to destroy. We'll worry about it later. Nice. In circumstances where we had like an anti-missile drone on top of us and they shot our stuff right as it was coming out, I believe we have been destroyed by it, so I would want to be very careful about using a thing that does the kind of damage that this thing does in such a circumstance. That seems like asking for an awful lot of trouble. Okay, cool, free stuff. Is there anything else going on here? Well, these are all fuel pods, aren't they? Alright, lots of free plasma. And I guess some scrap metal from the pods themselves. Cool. Not that we're like desperate for those things. I guess we're kind of desperate for plasma. You go through a lot of plasma pretty quickly. Huh. Well, I've stolen a power core. Let's let this just push me back out and I'll figure out what I'm supposed to be doing with this later. So there's an asteroid rigged to blow. Just take care of that real quick. Where the hell's this power core drifting to? But the asteroid rigged to blow is not a thing that's going to need a power core, right? Ah, okay, over here we know. Because that's gonna need like detonation caps. Or that might not be the right name, but you know what I'm talking about. Oh, that's just a little maintenance drone. Okay, maybe we have to turn on all of the power before anything happens. Some kind of important something in there. I mean, that's another power core. Okay, just way more of the same crystals. I guess let's go and let's go and verify this before I go assuming a bunch of stuff. Yeah. It's like 4 sockets for detonation. Well, I guess let's go and try to find the things to plug into them. This looks like it's just a communications array, and it has seen better days, perhaps. So, okay, my official opinion on our new toy is I like it very much. I think it is well suited to our tasks. I'm kind of wondering, like, what if, to sort of like cheat around the delay, what if we equipped a second one? We built another one, equipped a second one, and just switched slots after firing the first one so that we can fire 2 of them every 5 seconds. So it seems like it would take care of some big ships pretty quickly. Although I guess, do I really think this isn't doing a good enough job? How quickly do you need a big ship dead, actually? Okay, this is interesting. Am I allowed to... Ah, okay. Sequence is startable from here. But we're going to have to... Maybe I don't need to be brute forcing these. Like, I have brute forced a lot of them at this point. What about... But maybe I'm, like, not reading clues in the environment enough. Alright, containers and a power core. Great big mining laser is interesting, although I don't know exactly what we would do with it right now. Oh, okay. I didn't notice. We did open a little compartment here. So each one of these contains one of the charges. And also sometimes other stuff. Where am I relative to the thing? Okay. I can get myself mighty turned around in just like a couple of hallways in 2 dimensions. So obviously in 3 dimensions, sometimes it is very sad indeed. This will be our second of 3 location challenges, right? So we're doing it slowly but surely. We're getting that expertise. Apparently I missed some Insidium over here. I appreciate the developers designing these large areas such that, like, broadly following the resource nodes is a good plan for finding the things of interest. So that you don't have to just get eyes on everything that matters, kind of like individually. Because especially given the speed that some of the ships operate at, that could be real tedious. As we well know. Okay, is there anything I can do with this machine to potentially abscond with a power core? Now, I think given the cable connection, the power core that should have been operating this is in that thing that we stole an extra power core from already. Alright, we'll have another look up there in a second. Nothing interesting on this edge of it. No, like, interesting destructible surfaces. Where's the other end of this cable? Oh, those are maintenance drones. For a second I was like, is that a mine of some kind? Why would there be a mine here? Okay, this is where all of the stuff was pointed. I guess let's get in the tube and see if there's another power core to be had anywhere. So by holding back, I can... Ow.
Oh no! I didn't realize anyone was in there. Are you okay?
Sort of.
What the hell? You almost blew up my ship.
Sorry, I was trying to get rid of a mine.
A mine? Seriously? Who would place a mine in a pipe?
Someone who wants to cause a lot of trouble for the people working here. If you need patching up, you can drop by our place. It's just on top of that asteroid.
I'll have to take you up on that. Can't leave the area with a damaged ship.
Are you sure you can trust them?
Don't worry, Hive. I know these sorts. They're just miners working for G&B. If push comes to shove, I can easily deal with them.
Okay, interesting. Are they in... Okay, they're in the base that I've been stealing stuff from. They don't seem to have a particular problem with me doing that.
It shouldn't take long until the machines repair your ship. What's your name? I'm Aaron.
Hey, Aaron. I'm Adam.
Damn it, who's this? Vingram, we've got an intruder.
No, it's fine. He's with me. I just found him outside and offered to repair his ship.
So you have no idea who he is?
What's going on?
Aaron brought in a stranger. Maybe Matthias sent him.
You can't know that.
Hey, hold on. I wasn't sent by anyone, okay? What's going on here? And who the hell is Matthias?
Well, you brought him here. Now go on and tell him.
Matthias was our blastmaster expert.
We used to work together at Vesna Mining Colony. We dreamed of running our own mining operation. Being our own bosses, you know? With minimal oversight by management.
Somehow Matthias managed to pull some strings, and this is where we ended up. Our own place. It was great at first, and because he seemed to be so easy to get along with, we all agreed to make him chief of operations.
Yep, and that's when the trouble started. Turned out he had been planning this all along. You know, gain our trust, isolate us, then start his reign of terror.
When I refused one of his orders, he nearly killed me.
I know people like that. I had a foreman who became pretty problematic himself.
You're G&B too?
Yeah. Used to be an escort.
Then you must be able to help us. After we threw Matthias out, he destroyed our long-range ships and our antenna. We've been stuck here ever since.
The Psycho was unable to confront us directly, but keeps on sabotaging us where he can. He even started laying mines around the station.
I think I encountered one of those.
By now our supplies are running low, and every time we fix up the antenna to contact HQ, he sends in his detonator drones to blow it up again.
Please, you're a fighter. All we need is for you to help us repair the antenna and hold off his drones until we can get our signal through.
Can't say I like the idea of some crazy mine layer around these parts. Especially after he almost blew me up himself. I'd be more than happy to help.
Whoa, wait a minute. Remember what I just said? We still have no idea whether or not he's secretly helping Matthias.
Trust me or not. But the way I understand it, if I don't help you now, then no one will.
He's right, Tekla. We're technicians, not fighters. There's nothing we can do alone.
All right. But I'm keeping an eye on you.
Sure, let me handle this. You guys tell me when that Matthias guy shows up, all right?
He won't show up, not in person. But he will definitely make himself known. Just wait.
Okay, so a thing I'm like super not clear on is, if I was working for this dude, what's the scam? What is the thing she's worried about? I'm gonna say I'll help, and then what exactly? That's kind of interesting. We're probably not gonna keep that. I don't really want to be using a weapon that only has 500 meters of range, you know? Alright, is there anything here that I would like to pick up, or... Yeah, this stuff. We can make some money off of that in some places, and then we don't have anything that sells for any reasonable amount here. Oh, never mind, the small arms. Yeah. Pretty decent. Here, I'll sell y'all a bunch of guns. Apparently they like solar panels here. That'll work. Liquor, pretty valuable. That's medicine. Sorry, wrong bottle. Also, here's some ramen. Also, here's some clothing. I don't know if y'all have clothes out here. Here's the liquor. Glad we could do business. Okay. Yeah, not a lot of super valuable stuff. And as always, the components that exist in the shops are the things we already have a million of.
Before we can activate the antenna, it needs to be set up again. The replacement modules are already prepared and stored next to the station.
Yeah.
You simply need to plug them into their slots.
Sounds easy enough. I'm on it.
Vingram, you will keep watch for Matthias's drones and handle defenses in case he decides to attack the station instead of the antenna.
Got it.
Tekla and I are standing ready to initiate communications with HQ.
You certainly have
as soon as
something
the
jumping
antenna
in.
is running. Okay, everyone? Let's do this.
Where does this go? She said like into its socket, right? I guess it could fit in here. Hold on a second. I'm going to put this down. Just take a quick look. Alright, got one of them with the... Aw. And the missile does not stay locked on the enemy that you had it locked on when you originally fired, I guess? Maybe this goes on the back somewhere? You know what? Maybe it'll be more obvious when some of the other parts are in. Let's grab the rest of it and get it over here. This part's pretty straightforward. This is a new bit for the destroyed dish. So how... There we go. Don't have to be like horribly precise. A couple of GMB fighters nearby. Looks to me like there's somebody in the area who would help. But whatever, don't mention it. We need them thinking they need me. Okay, where do I see a part that looks like this? I mean, it kind of looks like these little fin bits on the back. Ah, okay. I do appreciate that you don't just like get close and have it do the thing. Like you actually have to try and figure out what to do with it. You have to try to make some sense of the function. Okay, this looks like it probably plugs onto there. And then I still don't know what I think this is for. Could go like... Okay, yeah, on top. Sure. I guess so. That seems fine.
Do it.
Okay, be prepared. As soon as you activate the panel, they'll send in as many drones.
Guess I have to take him out before they reach the antenna?
Yes, at least until we've managed to get our message to HQ.
Okay, now wait for it. Yup, right on cue.
Detonator drones. Alright guys, I got this.
Yeah, just need to make sure I'm not letting him build up too much. Shoot. Alright. Just watch for red triangles. It looks like we would not be able to survive another one. Boy, some of them jump in real close. Some of them jump in so close that you can actually hear them come out of super light. And in space, that doesn't even make any goddamn sense. I gotta say, this does feel like the ideal weapon for this purpose.
We made it. The message got through.
The psycho has given up. Let's meet back at base, everyone.
There's an important lesson here, and it's that voluntary expulsion should be considered Plan B. Consider just murdering your problems. It's what I do all the time, and it's never come back to haunt me.
Why hold back, Vingram? He was freaking amazing. HQ is now aware of what is happening here. They've already sent out an intervention team.
Matthias surely knows that we called for help. That'll keep the bastard away for a while.
Guys?
What is it?
I, just got another message. It's from Matthias. So you finally found a sucker to save your sorry asses. Good for you. Just let him know now the target's on his head. Better watch his back. M.
Damn.
Don't worry, I've dealt with the likes of him before.
We're so sorry that we pulled you into this.
It's all good, as long as he steers clear of your area for a while. And if he doesn't, call me.
Don't underestimate Matthias. If he's planning something, it'll be nasty.
I'll keep my eyes peeled. You guys look out for each other, all right?
We will. Stay safe, okay?
See, this is what I'm talking about. By not killing the hostile members of their own community, what they've done, expelling them, is just, it's like throwing your trash away by just throwing it out on the street. This isn't really dealt with, but now it's someone else's problem. Here, you chuck this. And I don't much appreciate that. Is this anything we need to worry about? Probably not. Well, it didn't quite destroy the bomber. We can probably go rockets on the bomber, right? Yep.
It showed him. I somehow doubt they will appreciate the lesson.
Okay, so back to trying to find cores. Where else in this little map have we not been? Oh, where might a little core be? Also, like, the game's natural mechanics really have pose a problem for the narrative that's supposed to be going on here. Because there's just, like, G&B dudes flying around all the time, it seems like. Hard for me to believe that none of them would have tried to make contact with the base, noticed what was happening. You know, it's just... If they're trying to sell this story about this area being so isolated, they should probably have bothered to make that mechanically the truth.
Can you help me? Since you asked so nicely, I should oblige.
Huh. Curious. Where do you want to go?
Something went horribly wrong with my ship. Unbelievable. Can you take me to the next station? I need repair parts.
Yeah, sure. Let's get you to safety.
What are you doing out here?
Saving your ass?
It's just going to be a second here, because as you might have noticed from the size of my ship, not exactly speedy. There we do. You should be able to get repairs there.
Thank you, my friend. I won't forget that.
Don't worry about it.
Huh. Swift catalyst. Was it not a blue? I thought it was a blue. Huh. I was curious if it was a thing that increases missile travel speed. Mostly. I guess, do I need to overcharged, energy damage, powerful? Does it matter if I... No, it shouldn't. Weird. I don't know. Whatever. That's an odd little thing too, huh? You don't even get a, what do you call it? You don't even get an objective indicator. It just lights up the loading dock in green. There's definitely a lot of weird stuff going on at this location. I feel like that has kind of been the vibe of... Oh, kind of been the vibe of a lot of the stuff we've seen in this sector. It's like the space here is pretty sparse, but then you find a location and the location is like really dense with missions and other stuff. Almost like almost feels like a World of Warcraft zone or something. Where it's just like, oh, everywhere you look, that's a thing, that's something, that's a doings is transpiring. Where else am I gonna find a power core? That was like a pretty big rock. I mean, you pretty much just want to fly around everywhere, right? Go to places that look conspicuous, sure, but also in a very real way, you're just waiting for your sensors to pick up meaningful things. This is something for sure. Where do these things even come from? How do they reproduce? What is their whole deal? Alright. One more to go. That's interesting. Deal with it in a second. Alright, I'm wondering if the last one is in fact just unlocked by interacting with stuff inside of the 3 bays we've already unlocked. Although it does look like this is the only one that has a button. Or maybe this is all this button is for. Well, hold on. I don't actually want to pick these up. Okay, cool. Extra mainframe components. Cool scattergun, I guess. I mean, I just really don't want to break my set bonus, right? I don't think this is bad, but... Yeah, we don't get any bonus we don't get any effect from the damage while cloak thing either, because we can't cloak. Have no capacity. Alright, I was kind of hoping that was going to give us the last thing. Before we go, let's just unload these weapons that we took from their base. Like, you would think that they would be aware of that, and at the very least, to not be willing to buy it back at a premium. It's like one thing that is definitely very unclear to me is why property in this game works the way it does. Alright, so that was just... these are not buttons, they're just like lit. Okay, now that we've seen already. We've been down in this little gulch, making sure that we've like completely mapped the 3D surface of this asteroid is a little troublesome and also kind of tedious. Where was the tunnel we were just in? Is like exactly around the other side, right? So we can check out this big spirally cruller of rock out here. Don't think we've really given this a fair once over. Alright, it seems like there's not much happening here. So we dealt with that. We dealt with that. Okay, we dealt with that. So where else might there be loot? Or might there be other loot here? Doesn't really look like there's anything else to interact with here. And I would think if there was more to do here, we would have picked it up on our scopes just from being here, right? From proximity. Really, like, at this point, it feels to me pretty irresponsible for us not to just carry around a bunch of our own G and B standard power cores on the ship, because we run into these situations all the time, right? We're able to make up, like, conduits, but not, oops, but not cores. Okay. Thing is off and safe. Well, I have to admit I am quite unsure as to where else there might be a power core. Let's try even farther around the outside than this. This is just the base with the tube that goes to where the mine was. And we did grab the power core out of there. So unfortunately, I am out of ideas. Just examine everything about these bases a little bit more closely. Alright, pretty sure that we've already seen everything of value here. It's a shame I can't just ask them for help. Like, hey y'all, your base is all screwed up. Could you lend me a power core? Also, they owe me. So, you know, I don't even have to pretend it's altruism. Hey, I want some stuff out of your base. Help me access it. Should also be on the table. Yeah, alright. I'm feeling pretty confident that this particular rock formation has nothing to do with what we're looking for. And that's really bad news, because I feel like we've been everywhere on the big one. Can we do like a partial detonation? Seems like no. Seems like that's not a winning idea. There we go.
Keep it up. I'm going in.
Alright, let me see what happens here. Probably this guy just dies before the missile's not getting anywhere near him. It's not trying to track at all. That's annoying. I would like it if this thing was a little bit better at its job, although its job is certainly not to clock like fighter pilots. Given all the crazy science fiction around here, it does feel a little bit silly to find a blueprint for just mines. I'm trying to make sure that there isn't like a power core that we missed in an area that we have been to, where he just like somehow didn't see it, or. But I'm feeling a little bit lost here, actually. A little uncertain. And there's no... Do we have another loot detector thing? Maybe we could buff this up. Oh, hey, we have a star-charged conduit now. No catalysts available. So if I were to say let's craft one of these, we don't really get any say about which kind it's going to generate. It could be that like the smart thing to do here is to generate because our current sensor is so bad at like loot in particular. We need one for combat that has very high enemy seeking range, but maybe we could generate one that can see this stuff at a greater distance for us. I generated an almost the same... I mean, to be fair, this is actually, I think, an upgrade for us because the one we currently have is... Oh, damn it, never mind. I was going to say it's wasting stat budget on that damage while cloaked thing, but I forgot this is part of that set. So we definitely can't just drop it. I do love that set bonus. They're just going to keep showing me better and better flat cannons until I fold on that. Alright, well, you know what I'm going to do? I think what I'm going to do is I'll just call it here. I will finish looking around. I will find this power core. And when you come back next time, we will start the episode by blowing up this rigged asteroid and then move on with our business. So come back next time for that, and we'll see you then.